I started the show by telling you guys that this is unprecedented times in the NFL. And I can't believe this. I saw it this morning. I blinked twice. I looked at the paper again, and I saw it again. The Lions, the Jaguars, and the Browns are all in first place right now. The Lions, the Jaguars, and the Browns are all in first place. We're going to try to decipher how the heck that happened in a second. But first, one of the teams that's also in first place, the Philadelphia Eagles, as people in Philadelphia like to call them, are 2-0. And with the 2-0 start and a badass offense comes, of course, all the loudmouth people suggesting that the Eagles are now a Super Bowl favorite. Well, their head coach, Nick Siriani, addressed the positivity that people in the media are now heaping on top of the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, we're all guilty of it. When you play great, you're the best team in football. When you don't play great, you're the worst team in football. I do like the fact that Fletcher Cox there is rocking the Thanos hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Infinity Gauntlet.
Is that what that's called?
It's called the Infinity Gauntlet.
You would know that, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
It's a hand. That's a gauntlet now?
It's a gauntlet. It was always a gauntlet. It's a glove. You put your hand in a glove.
I apologize. I'm unaware of the Thanos weapons.
I was unaware as well.
Yeah.
It's only the biggest movie of all time. Don't worry about it.
All good. All good. Is the hype on Philadelphia legit? Is it real? And should anyone be buying into it 2 weeks into the season?
Well, the hype is legit because of what we've seen through 2 weeks. However, when I listen to Nick Siriani and his comments, he's absolutely right. They have the team to handle what the distractions they may hear are. And the distractions right now is Super Bowl talk.
Right.
No one cares about hearing about Super Bowl talk. It feels good. But he's exactly right when you shut out the chatter outside of the locker room and focus on the now and what's most important, and that is improving each and every week. You cannot read your press clippings. Every coach in the National Football League, when I was playing, Mike McCarthy used to say it all the time, guys, I don't care what anyone says, good or bad. It feels good when it's in your favor,
right?
But you have to understand who and what you are and what you're trying to get done in front of you right now. And right now, they're not concerned about the Super Bowl. They're concerned about improving and stacking success. That is what this game is all about, but it does feel good to hear.
Yeah, and listen, part of this also is we all do the same thing. We start looking at schedules, right? We start trying to figure out, where are the landmines for the Philadelphia Eagles and for, every team in the league.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Absolutely.
Right? We try to figure out. Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't like doing the whole win, but you do try to figure out, based on what we've seen thus far, who's a threat to them, right?
It's kind of like when you're a Jets fan. So your landmines are, okay, where can we get a win? Are we going to – is it this week? Right, am I right?
It's not a landmines. It's really just one gigantic bomb that they have to walk on.
No, just go ahead, keep going.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
I didn't say you were wrong. I just said I don't like to hear it. Like, you don't tell a fat girl she's fat. She knows she's fat. I know what I have as a New York Jet fan. No offense to anyone who's a little heavy out there.
That you just told that they are.
I could recommend maybe carrots for dinner, okay? No, but the Eagles, listen, I know what Sirianni is saying also because, last year Jalen Hurts was the unproven quarterback, and they were disappointing in a lot of weeks offensively. And the question was, number one, is Sirianni any good? He dealt with it. And now you're sitting on a team that's loaded, lots of weapons. Jalen looks great, one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And the fair, I think, kind of when you look into your predictive glasses, is that the NFC is not as deep with talent as the AFC. So 2 weeks in, what team has shined? Well, the Eagles are right there at the top of that list. So it makes sense that people are now, touting them as, wow, that's a really good football team. I could see them playing in Arizona.
And when you win, it covers up anything that you've done that doesn't look good on film. When you get back into that locker room in that building on Monday and you watch film, we assess everything. So as a fan, you see the win and you see how many points they scored. And they've scored a lot of points through 2 weeks. However, they've given up some points as well, especially against the Lions, but they've had some success. But when you have guys in your locker room, veteran guys like Kelsey, Cox, Lane Johnson, and then you have a beyond mature Jalen Hurts at quarterback who just seems as smooth as they come, like you feel confident where you are. But you have to keep in mind that this is a team that is playing in the NFC East.
Well,
yes.
And when you look at the NFC East,
it ain't good.
It ain't good. And when you see any flash of good, it's like, that's the team right there.
I mean, think about it. New York Giant fans right now are saying when they play the Cowboys on Monday night, they expect to go 3-0. And I'm sure they'll be favored in that game at home against Cooper Rush and the Cowboys. So the difference here is that I think Giant fans recognize, we're very fortunate to be 3-0. A couple, bounces went our way. We like our head coach, but they know talent-wise that Philadelphia is well above them, just on pure talent. Now, the best team in football is not always the team that wins the Super Bowl, right? It's the team that gets hot at the right time.
Correct.
You get a couple lucky bounces. I could have made the argument, that the Bills go to the Super Bowl last year after that great game with Kansas City, and they win the Super Bowl because they were that good. But it's just fun, I think, for other cities that normally 2 weeks into a season kind of feel like, here we go again, same old, which is why I'm going to be really repetitive today. Tonight's football game is a battle for first place. Like, as bad as things were for the Cleveland Browns last Sunday, it was so bad when the New York Jets dropped 31 points, and we all know the story now, 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the game. They've already had a defensive players-only meeting. That's never the sign of good things. But if the Browns win tonight, they're in first place. Well, and that's how I would view it.
I wouldn't say it's not a sign of good things. It's a sign of a team that's aware that, look, guys, we let our team down.
Yes.
We clearly did not show up in the most important moments of that game. And if we think that we can have that type of letdown against a Pittsburgh Steelers team led by Mike Tomlin and soon to be led by Kenny Pickett at quarterback.
You won't stop. I respect it. I respect it.
Look,
that's your guy.
They understand they have to come to play. If they can get after this Pittsburgh offense, they have a great chance of winning this football game.
So if we all agree, the Eagles are special, the Bills are special, the Chiefs are special, we're going to learn a lot more about the Dolphins this week because they play Buffalo. Let me take the 3 other teams that are in first place, and it's like an unexpected first place, and that's the Jaguars, the Browns, and the Lions. Of those 3, I think we'd all agree that the Lions probably are standing taller than the Jaguars and the Browns.
This is just crazy to hear.
Yes.
I love it. Absolutely.
And if I'm in Detroit right now, I'm like, wow, our offense is top 5 in the league in like every category. We score more points than anybody. Jared Goff's all of a sudden a top 5, top 6 rated quarterback. We have a lot of fight. We love our head coach. And all of a sudden, what? The Detroit Lions are in first place. And, the Packers offense doesn't look good yet. I think we all agree the Packers will be top the division when it's all said and done. But why can't the Lion fan dream the impossible dream? Are the Lions a playoff team?
They can very well be a playoff team. Look, this team is resembling their head coach. He is tough, gritty, and all about biting kneecaps.
Yes.
And just scrapping every chance he gets. This team looks very much like what he talks about in his pressers. And so for me, when I see that, you have a chance. This Lions offensive line is impressive, both in the run game and in the pass game. Jared Goff has looked great. Why? Because he has time to throw the ball. He's not being touched. Their running backs are running through gaping holes. Like, offensively, they have weapons. Defensively, all they have to do is just be more stout in the first 2 quarters,
right,
and then hold on. This team has a really good chance to be special. I'm a little biased because I'm from Michigan, and I'm a little hesitant as well because I'm from Michigan and I've lived it my entire life. And I've always said I'm not really a Lions fan. I was a Barry Sanders fan because Barry Sanders, when you talk about him, you think about success. When you talk about the Lions,
not a lot of success.
Success as an individual player.
Yes, well, no surprise that the one athlete here, no offense, Cody.
Wow.
I was looking at his stats and not the show stats. Now keep on going. Go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, what do you mean? You couldn't have grown up as a kid as a Barry Sanders fan and not been a Lions fan.
No.
I was told that your dream as a child, you looked at your parents and said, Mama, 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 Lions. Yes. I was told that when you got bottle fed, it was a Detroit Lion bottle. Is that not true?
That is
Mama,
very false.
Mama. No?
Are you what are we? Are you airplaying like me drinking
Yeah,
out of
he's
a
being an
bottle?
air baby.
I was a person impersonation.
No, that was air baby.
Mama. That's what that was. All right, you're saying that's not true.
It's the false information.
Let's be real clear. He just admitted to being a Lions fan. That should take a little bit of pressure on your Jets fandom, shouldn't it?
No, listen, I think what we're all saying is this. Even the Jets being at 1-1, there are franchises in football that unfortunately don't have a lot of hope. No. You know, after week 1, it's like, oh, we got blown out again. Like, what did we expect? Oh, we don't have a quarterback again. What do you expect? And when you get a couple wins early, and this is what a lot of players I don't think recognize how important it is to us as fans. Like, when you have hope, when you think, hey, maybe this is a random year where we make a little run. Maybe I'm playing games that mean something in December, things that we ordinarily don't do. It's special. Mm-hmm. And you got to hold on to that and grab it and hug it because it doesn't happen that often. There are franchises, your Green Bay Packers, that are always in the mix. Like a Green Bay Packer fan has no concept of what it's like to be a Lions fan, to be a Jets fan, to be a Texans fan, a Jaguars fan. Teams that start the year knowing, well, it ain't going to be our year, right? Can't wait for Thanksgiving, that kind of thing. So I love it. I want to embrace it.
Or teams that the fans understand that even if they get a win, and like the Lions, like the Jaguars, the moment something goes wrong or it looks like they've derailed themselves off the tracks, it's like, oh, here we go again.
Exactly right. Listen, I invented a song, it's just the same old Jets, and it works every single year, which is why the way we all reacted to that win against the Cleveland Browns was the exact opposite of how Browns fans reacted because I'm going to be 2-0. The Cleveland Browns are going to be 2-0. And then for Browns fans, it was up. Here we go. Same old nonsense. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Yep. Doesn't matter who the coach is. It's in our DNA. We even went, these crazy lens. Let's change the logo because maybe that'll give us some good luck. And the elf brought you nothing but another bad loss.
I don't understand.
Right?
Like, I just don't.
I've kind of, to be fair, I've grown to like.
No, you haven't.
I have.
Why?
I've grown to like the Cleveland Browns elf.
Based on
like
what?
It. I have a soft spot for elves. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's one of those things a lot of people don't know about me.
Elves aren't real.
Yeah. I have a soft spot for elves. What do you mean not real?
They're not real.
I gave you Keebler cookies last week.
Those are cookies.
Yeah. Who do you think makes them? Elves make them.
You think elves are real, but Babe Ruth is not real?
Yes, they live in a tree. They make cookies all day, and we're better off for it. Yeah, and see, I like to take up the fight for groups of people that are disenfranchised, like elves. Yeah, Brownie the Elf. That's my new favorite mascot. I even ordered a sweatshirt. I have a hoodie coming.
Of course
I'll be wearing it on Friday against Fox Executives' wishes as soon as it shows up. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.